heart can join the parade. Tear down the walls that keep us apart. Equity blooms when we all take part. We're stronger together, side by side. No room for pride where love can reside. Empowerment is for all who dare to rise with courage, push through despair. Both hands build what the world can't deny. Shadows fall when we reach for the sky. Each of us brings a piece to the whole. Balance live in a unified soul. We're stronger together, side by side. No room for pride where love can reside. Empowerment is for all who dare to rise with courage, push through despair. Flaws of the past won't define the new dawn. Chauvinism fades and the tide moves on. We rewrite the script with an open mind. In this rhythm of equity, all will find. We're stronger together, side by side. No room for pride where love can reside. Empowerment is. Every heart can join the parade. Tear down the walls that keep us apart. Equity blooms when we all take.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Lens. This is your host, Kaitane Gume Davis, alongside my beautiful co-host.
My patient's Esther.
And today we are going to talk about a topic that I believe most men like, isn't it? Yeah, it's most men
I
and,
hope.
and women like that. So, the topic of today's wonderful episode will be male inclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, think about that. And Esther will do the introduction, her being, and Esther will introduce, will tell to us how it has affected our daily relationships and how and why it's destroying our relationships today. Well, let me give a brief introduction of male inclusion. Male inclusion is a situation whereby men are doing stuff that were traditionally done by women. You get? Yeah, like childcare, domestic work, like as a result of various socioeconomic and cultural changes. And here are some few factors of male inclusion. Well, let's summarize them. We have the shift in traditional gender roles, increased focus on gender equality, rise of single-parent households, change in workforce dynamics, increased female participation in the workforce, economic necessity, etc., etc. And let's first go for a short segment of break. And we shall come back as Esther is telling us why this thing is disturbing our relationships. Esther, why are we being broken? Why it's getting broken due to this stuff? Because you think men should wash utensils, you think men should look after kids. Well, Esther's talking about that in the next segment. See you there. So, Esther,
Yes.
go ahead and tell us. First,
The effects, huh?
First, tell me why it is destroying our relationship.
First of all, before we go down that road, I'd like for us to understand what caused male inclusion. I love how you described it.
Yeah.
Male inclusion is simply having male figures do what women traditionally did. Huh? Okay. And one of the things that caused it was one of the causes are the shift in the gender roles, as you had mentioned, the changing social norms and expectations around masculinity and femininity, which have led to the redefinition of traditional gender roles.
Oh, that's
Yes.
really good. That's really good. So you're trying to tell me that changes in gender, like it's kind of an interchange.
Today, people have, I'll say, interesting perspectives of masculinity
Yeah.
and femininity. They'll say, if you help your wife out with doing dishes, you're the ideal guy. Would you do
Okay.
dishes around the house? may I ask?
Personally, hey, yes, don't call me a gentleman, but I'll do dishes depending on the situation going on in the family. For example, if my wife is sick, then why not? If she's pregnant, of course, that's part of being sick. Then why not? Actually, I think that's the only part where I can do dishes. Now you're on your phone and you expect me to go and do dishes in my. Don't call me a gentleman. Anyways, continue.
Hold on, wait. You cannot do the dishes as a chore. Maybe there could
No,
be
why would
division
I
of
do that?
chores.
Because I believe marriage has responsibilities of both parties. As a wife and as a husband, we both have responsibilities, right?
Yes,
So if I fulfill my
correct.
responsibilities, which is one of them looking after you and the kids and buying, okay, yeah, that's part of looking after you.
Financing everything.
Yeah, then why don't you do your responsibility? Why do you expect me, due to the increasing forces of feminism, me, I should do the dishes, I should cook? When I'm like, mademoiselle.
Not like that.
No, I'm not. Just
Just
giving an
to help
example.
her.
Okay, then yourself look after the kids and then I'll be good with that.
But I am doing my part.
Then I'm also doing my part.
Hola.
In it. No, let's make it
Think
fair.
of it as us being a team.
Esther, if we are both working, right? And you're helping me. Okay, let's put it logically.
Yes, please.
Because personally, I don't believe in feminism because I'm a man. So
What
let's
do
put
you
it.
mean?
Let's put it logically, right?
Yes, please.
We are both working, right? And maybe like at time A, you kind of like, babe, let me pay the bills. Okay, I was saying you should do it, but like out of your own, out of your own conscience, and you pay the bills, right?
Yes,
and you're
please.
like, we have 3 kids going to school, and you're like, let me pay one of the kids' fees,
Yes, please.
At some point, personally, like as a human being, I'll feel like, now my wife is doing all of this. And just one morning, I'll be like, let me make you breakfast in bed. That's a good surprise. Now, that's why that's why marriage is sweet. Now I'm doing everything from morning to evening. I'm not saying this is unfair, but yeah, this is really unfair. I'm doing everything from morning to evening. And wake up one morning, and you're like, I don't feel like cooking. Now, who is disturbing his responsibility? Okay, who's not doing his or her responsibility? No, let's be honest here.
She's human. She gets
I
exhausted.
also get exhausted, but I'm doing anything I'm sacrificing everything for my family to be happy.
There's solutions to such problems. You can get help.
Me, I don't care about your solutions. Look for the solutions to your problems. As long as
Wow.
I find, look for house help. You can buy rope. I had go on this American guy. Yeah, I'm called like Elon Musk.
Yes.
Making robots, house help robots. So you can buy one of them if you have the money. Just $1,200. Buy one, put it in the house. Just so they'd be like, hey, make me breakfast. In just a few seconds, breakfast is on the table. So I don't care about that. Because you've looked for a solution for a responsibility.
Wow.
And now that's why marriage is dying today.
You know what? Given your explanation,
Good?
I think you have misconceived very many things.
What have I misconceived?
First of all,
Enlighten me.
feminism.
Enlighten me, fine. Feminism? Mm-hmm.
What do you think are the intentions
Okay, I believe
feminism has?
that's not what both us share, but let me explain to our listeners.
Yes, please.
I believe feminism is, okay, let's put it in the traditional perspective.
Yes, please.
If you see traditional Africa back then, women were really mistreated by their husbands.
That's true.
One of the reasons was there were polygamous families, whereby I believe actually one of my grandparents told me that back in the days, a woman was flown alongside with the kids, like you're the wife and you lie down with the kids, like that is like, why is there no water in the kitchen? So then you all lie down. And yeah, I mean that's embarrassing, right?
Very embarrassing.
Personally, I can't be a wife beater. I can't even slap my girl. I will never do that. That's be an abomination.
Amen.
By the time I slap you, you've really pissed me off, and it's really. But I can't because I believe you're my partner. So why would I do that? Right. So the essence of feminism was to promote those kinds of women who were down there, like their voices were not heard by society. And their ideas were not heard by society.
Simply to empower them. Awesome.
But then you women have taken feminism to be a different thing. Because some women, I'm not saying all of them. Some women have,
stated.
Yeah, some women have taken feminism to be another thing, whereby you want to be equal to men.
Which is never going to happen.
If there was equality on this planet,
gender roles wouldn't exist.
No, I believe there wouldn't be a God. Because in heaven we have chambers of power. There is God, then Jesus Christ, then Holy Spirit, then the angels, then the saints, then with the human beings. But God himself said that he'd be like, I'm above everything.
Yes.
Right? So he created man and woman knowing each their responsibility. And that's why women don't have, women can do things that some of us can, that men can do.
Yes.
As well as men can do things that women can do. That's the role of nature. And that's why God created us. We have different things we can do so that we can help each other live in this beautiful world.
Fact.
So you feel my point? So that's how I understand feminism. So if you're working, you're earning a salary, you're married, right? You have kids, you have a good family. Why be a feminist? Your husband is looking after you. He gives everything. Despite the fact that you're working, you keep your money in your bank account. But now he sacrifices his small salary and looks after you. And some men are there, by the way.
Yeah.
Because that's his responsibility.
Yes,
You also give him kids. You also look after his family, Now, feminism is not needed.
Then the problem is individual.
Now, feminism is needed, like, let's say, it should be spread more in rural areas, really, whereby women are still mistreated that way. Tell them, when a man beats you, go report to the police. When, we have authority.
Where people don't understand their
rights.
Now,
that's how I understand feminism.
Okay, then you're right.
So now you agree with me?
Yes.
Good.
No, to an extent. Not completely.
You will have to.
Let's proceed. The other social cause is the increased focus on equality and diversity.
Good.
Mostly due to growing awareness and advocacy for gender equality, diversity, and inclusion, which have encouraged men to take on non-traditional roles.
Yeah.
There's also been a rise of single-parent households. Oh, this is almost everywhere nowadays.
Yeah.
And due to the increasing number of such,
Esther,
particularly...
before you go
please.
I'd like you to do me a favor.
Yes,
Could you please explain to me, just briefly, why we have, single parents living in our country or living in our society today? Like, the number is increasing like the number of single parents is increasing. And when I say single parents, I don't only mean single mothers.
Yes.
Because they're the majority, though. You also have single dads. So if you could explain to me why is that really happening, because no kid would want to grow up in a broken family.
That is very true.
Yeah.
And no kid should grow up in a broken family.
But of course, due to circumstances, things happen.
Well, according to me, there is a lot going on currently. But I think that there are very many single-parent households because society is broken. The structure of society is broken. Growing up, we were taught that a family is the foundation of society. But with everything going on, first of all, the LGBTQA thing, the misconception of feminism, male inclusion, and all this, people have come up with very many ideologies. I want to be this, I can be that, and you have a specific group of people supporting you to do this. Obviously, this will happen. If a man decides to step down as from being the family head and decides, you know what, I think I can be a woman. I want to marry a man. Boom.
Yeah.
A single mom happens. A mom gets the same idea tomorrow and says, you know what, I think I can be a man, and neglects her family
Yeah.
and children. A single father happens. There's also a lot of infidelity in society.
Yeah.
People are so unfaithful. They just cannot stick to one partner. And this has very many causes. Probably trauma. You know, trauma could lead people
Yeah.
to this because they are scared of commitment. Very many things are happening. So, yes.
Okay. I think that's really good. So you
May
can
I
go
proceed?
ahead. Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Economically, there have been changes in the workforce dynamics.
Mm-hmm.
That is, there has been a shift from traditional manufacturing based economies to service oriented economies, which have created new job opportunities for men in areas like childcare and education. And I bet you could second this. Very
Yeah.
many men love being pediatricians. Have you noticed? Very many children doctors are men.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
notice?
Yeah. They do.
Nowadays?
Yeah.
There's also been an increased female participation in the workforce. That is evident.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. I understand that.
As more women enter the workforce, men have had to take on more domestic and childcare responsibilities. I love that some men are healthy enough to understand, okay, she can do it best. Let her take it on and let me help here since there is a gap. However, I don't think everybody views it as this.
Yeah.
There has also been an economic necessity in some areas which have driven men to take on non-traditional roles such as stay-at-home dads or caregivers. Would you like to relate it to our country?
Or like whereby we have needs and stuff.
No.
Yeah. What was the point again?
I said economic necessities have driven men to probably become stay-at-home dads or caregivers.
Oh, yeah. Actually, the reason we have that, for example, I think that may not be in our country, Ghana specifically, but
It's
in
almost
most
everywhere.
in most strong capitalistic countries, for example, the US and the UK. For example, you realize when these men leave the army, they face a lot of challenges. For example,
Yes,
when they're
please.
from these strong missions,
Yes, please.
you've had a mission like the Iraqi missions,
Yes, sir.
all those Arabic missions they've been to. So when they come back home, they have what they call AC, whatever, stress, whatever. I think they have some traumatic disorder.
PTSD.
PTSD, good. Okay, that. Yeah. So now that disorder, it's hard for them. No, that's just an example. It's hard for them to go and look for employment outside.
Oh, yes.
Because it can really affect them. You're at work and someone, boom, screams like out of the blue.
And you're triggered.
And So that's one of the reasons why men stay at home. Then the other reason is maybe, due to the economic differences between the husband and the wife. Because, men nowadays want to marry women richer than them.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Would you like to? Would you like to?
Unless I'm not Kaitana. Because the day you see you marrying a woman richer than me, okay, yeah, if she's, let's say like you just need to love, but not because of her money.
Okay.
Maybe like she's way older than me. No, I can't do that. But if she comes from a richer family, if she comes from a family richer, like a richer family background, like richer than mine,
Yes,
I have no
please.
problem with that.
Okay.
Because don't be surprised when I marry, like, one of the first granddaughters. That's not bad.
Okay.
Because she's age bracket. But someone like, I'm 25, I'm marrying a woman of 50 just because of money.
No, that's wrong.
That's real wrong. And actually, that kills your masculinity. And at point when that woman eventually leaves you, because not all such relationships last long, you find it hard to look for a woman in your age bracket and you continue a relationship with her because you were used to her responsibility, her giving you money, buying you fancy gifts, buying you cars,
Yeah.
And then you get a woman who's younger than you and you want to settle, be like, let me get married and settle.
She'll expect
And
you
she'll
to do that for
yeah,
you,
and
and
she'll
yet
do the
you want her to
opposite.
do it for you.
And you're not used to such a scenario. Like, be like, hey, what is she doing here? So I really understand that because they start, okay, for various reasons.
Oh, yeah.
You feel, yeah.
Okay. one of the cultural changes is, I beg your pardon, media representation and influence.
What's that?
In this, there has been positive media representation of men in non-traditional roles, which has helped them to challenge traditional stereotypes and promote male inclusion.
Oh,
Have you understood this?
I get it. Yeah. I do.
Okay. There has been celebrity influence where celebrities endorse and advocate for male inclusion, which has raised awareness and promoted change. Now I will talk about the effects of male inclusion in daily relationships.
Yeah. Okay. That's where we want to listen more to the. That's where our listeners want to listen more, because our listeners have a problem of, okay, they can't start relationships. Do you know why that happens?
Why?
Mostly social media. Different people post different stuff.
Yes.
Someone has been traumatized by a relationship from a man, and then she starts talking about how men are dogs. Because there was a woman who posted about my tribe's men.
Yeah.
I actually felt bad about that. Let me talk about it by the way. I felt bad. But
What did
men
she
are
say?
the worst. But men are stingy. I actually ask myself, okay, if you really knew Banyankole men are bad, then why did you date them? Okay, you dated them. You go ahead and look for another Munyankole man. Just about Banyankole men. And you see, do you know what that causes?
What does it cause?
People will leave the right ones just because of the tribe or the origin or the whatever and go for someone else.
By the way, I agree with you.
Yeah.
We should stop creating stereotypes.
Seriously.
Just like they created this one of Baganda being thieves.
You feel?
Just because one person stole
So
from
doesn't
you.
mean the whole tribe stole.
Exactly.
We are different human beings despite the fact we have a same tribe or what.
Treat them individually. You understand? And yes, if your heart, find a way
Things
to heal
happen.
people. There's always a better way to heal.
No.
Whenever you do not heal and heal right, you add to this cycle of pain. Someone might be coincidentally going through the same thing as you, and then she sees this thing on the internet of you preaching hate, and boom, she does the same thing, and the cycle continues. We
And
need
they
to
forget
we
they are
need to be
spreading
better
effect.
people.
And
You
they
know?
forget they're affecting the younger generation.
That's true.
Because you
We
have
need
girls who are naive, who are like, this is my first time, I want to feel how love, And actually the same as men, they feel that, they also wish, boom, they come across a TikTok video. Don't have a relationship, blah, 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 blah. And then love ends from there. And then you're like, anyways, let's proceed.
Before we do, we also need to understand what love really is. I'm Christian, and the Bible says that love is patient, love is kind, it does not delight in evil. We could use such as reference, you understand? If somebody treats you contrary to this, feel free to describe it as something else. Infatuation, obsession, it could be lust, but not love. But treat people right,
Yeah.
okay?
And you said the people who know God, eh? That's the last thing.
Yeah.
It's someone who knows God. If you get an atheist, you won't like it.
Okay, well, let's proceed with the effects of male inclusion in our daily relationships. One being creation of stronger bonds. Male inclusion can lead to stronger, more meaningful relationships between men and their partners, children, and friends. Have you noticed when men are given a chance to interact more with their children, these families turn out to be more healthier than the rest, because he's a very involved father, which many households do not have today because everything is so rushed. Oh, I have to go to work, I have to be here. And children don't really have time to bond with their parents. And so they go with whatever ideology
Yeah.
society throws at them, and they end up being things they shouldn't have been in the future. You understand?
Yeah, I do understand. Really understand.
There's also been improved communication, especially when men are included and engaged. Communication improves, which leads to better understanding, empathy, and conflict resolution.
Yeah.
Men think they take time. It's a fact. It's a fact. I know you're feeling good about it.
Yeah, of course I have to.
They say women act emotionally, and it's very true. it has to. We have to give ourselves time
Can I explain
to
that?
understand. Yes, you're going to understand something for us to logically critique it. But if we are to at that very moment, oh my goodness, there's a very high chance we are going to mess up completely. But man, they will take it in and think about it and then talk. Even when the conversation is heated.
Yeah, they will.
They are comma, which is a good thing. Thank God for you. No wonder you said we are.
Do
We
you know why
exist
that
to help
happens?
each other.
Do you know that happens?
Yes, please.
We use different body parts, by the way. Let me put it biologically.
We use the heart. You use the head.
Good. We use the brain. You guys use the
brain.
heart. And now that's why now that's where the whatever that becomes in.
Yes.
Because when you overuse the brain, you don't have a feeling of humanity.
True.
When you overuse the heart, you also don't have the feeling of humanity. I know that's really confusing, right? The heart will teach you how humanity is good, but the brain will show you the other side.
Yeah.
To show you how people can be bad. That's why you see men. When men bond, it's hard to break their friendship.
That is so true.
You feel my point? Because they use here a lot.
Yeah.
They know that if I'm friends, let's say with Louis, I know Louis is bad, and I won't enter there. If Louis is short-tempered, when I'm teasing him, I know where to stop.
Yeah, I know my limits.
If Davis is a guy who doesn't, let's say, some guy who, like someone who is, how can I say it? Someone like who's, who has anger issues and stuff, I know where to stop. But for the girls, when I made my own research, a girl can be jealous of you just because of a shoe, and she won't tell you about it. But you girls read that code.
I was about to say, girl.
You girls read that
I
code.
mean,
I know you guys read it.
Goodness, it shows.
Just because of a shoe, and the girl will look at, like, you have the shoes, and someone looks at you, and you realize she's jealous of it. Without a single, I'm like, how do girls do that? Just because you're beautiful and she looks jealous of it. Anyways, that's why we need to help each other. So when men and women live together, when they're married, or so when they're in a relationship, as you've said, there are situations whereby we don't have to use our brains. And there are situations whereby we don't have to use our hearts.
Yeah.
For example, when we are broke, we don't have to use our hearts. Crying to everyone, I'm broke, I want this, I want that.
Figure a way out.
In terms of an argument, we use the heart. Like you've argued.
I say you could use both.
No. When you use the brain in an argument, you actually make it worse. Because when you use the brain, you don't act some philosopher, some psycho who says, I don't care about this. But when you use the heart, you'll feel how your partner is feeling.
Well, I think there needs to be a balance for that.
You know why?
Because when you use your brain, don't say this. You're going to make the conversation more
that's
heated.
why you use your heart. Because there's some words that hit men. Let me give you an example. You're arguing with your man, and you're like, I don't see a man in you. Just that statement. It won't hurt his brain, it will hurt his heart.
That's true.
And then
but why would you say that?
And then let's say, like, a man says to you, be like, that's why you're more beautiful than you. Like, like you're ugly. Okay, they should be like, that's why your friend is more beautiful than you. I'm giving an example. Or should be like, no wonder I married you. I said, it looks like you're just an option to him, like you're really desperate for marriage. So that's why we use the heart. But the brain only comes when there are strong emergencies. A kid is sick, you don't have to use the heart. You have to use the brain. Look for an ambulance. God, there's some play. Okay, we need God, but we need God when we are also working. So that's why we use the brain. So now that's my point. So that's how things differ.
I do understand your point.
So let's proceed, Madam Esther.
Yes, sir. My third point is increased emotional intimacy.
Oh, well, explain that, please, very well.
Male inclusion can foster deeper emotional connections, trust, and intimacy in relationships.
Oh.
I must admit, yes, I'd love a good conversation.
Yeah, well, communication is key.
My significant other. Like, let's talk. Come on. Do you know what a conversation could do Do you
Can I ask a
know
quick
how
question?
many? Yes, please.
Would you prefer your boyfriend, for your case, your boyfriend to text you or to call you?
Call.
No text. You're the same thinking as me.
Well, text when it's unavoidable, but call me. Why wouldn't you call me?
And you also call him.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
I don't believe in this things being one-sided. Why should more input come from the other side?
Yeah.
This play hard to get
I
game
feel-
doesn't make sense to me.
You act too busy for your man. And like, well, why would you act too busy for the person you love? Do you know?
Thank you very much. And then when he leaves, you start crying.
I had a meme whereby someone was saying, St. Paul wrote letters in prison. You cannot text your boyfriend or girlfriend now. Who are you? St.
Right?
Paul was in prison.
Thank you
He
very
had to
much.
go ahead. I don't believe the library is in prison.
St. Paul was years ago. Let's talk about the men in
Centuries.
war. Those men in war were
It's the Second World War.
Yes, they were able to write letters to their wives
Let's put it for this guy,
during war.
That was Napoleon.
And you're
This
giving
guy,
excuses?
there's a guy called Napoleon Bonaparte. I like him.
Yes, please.
He had his wife called, actually, his first wife, though the wife was named as his second husband. So Napoleon had the wife called Josephine.
Yeah.
Josephine was a widow for a man, some man who died during the French Revolution. So Josephine had 2 kids, so not Napoleon's kids.
Yes, please.
But these white men have, that we love. It's part of their culture. So Napoleon went ahead and loved Josephine. But at some point, Napoleon divorced Josephine just because she couldn't give him a heir for his throne. So he married some Austrian princess and gave him a throne. But he still loved Josephine. But
Yes,
during
please.
the war, his wars of conquest, every single day, Napoleon wrote a letter to Josephine, even after they divorced. He would write to her, "Hello, my dear Josephine, I won this war, blah, blah," whether he was defeated or not, even after their divorce. I was like, these were the men who scared the whole world. But the moment it came to the person they loved, they acted as babies. Look at this Hitler guy.
People are afraid to be vulnerable.
We see Hitler as some bad person. Hitler had a lover called Eva Braun. These guys, okay, they were looking at each other because the day they waited like today, then the next day Hitler and his wife died, the World War. Hitler loved that woman very much. Hitler wrote letters every day. I'd be like,
Note every day.
these were the men, and believe me, there were no smartphones. They were not because that's in the 40s, in the 1800s.
Yes.
They know that these phones actually they're really rare, So the only option was only write a letter, give it to some man. You don't even know whether he or she will give it to
Will
him.
deliver.
Very well. So what happens? I was like, these men scared the world. These men killed humans. But the moment if it's something called when the moment it came to one thing called love, it became love. And this when I liked them, and this when I respect them was they had time for everything.
Mm-hmm.
So communication is really key.
Oh, yeah.
You feel my point?
Okay, before we go for a short break, I would like to discuss the benefits that male inclusion has in children and partners. But I'll go through it real quick. For children, there is positive role modeling because involved fathers and male caregivers provide positive role models for children, teaching them important values like responsibility, empathy, and respect. You can tell that in a household. Once the father says, "Don't do this,"
Yeah.
the children will listen. But when mommy says, they could put, "Oh, mommy, she
I
loves
grew
me
up with
too
one
much."
of them. My dad. Not even a word, we just glare at you.
It sends a shiver down your spine. Secondly, there is improved cognitive development. Now, studies show that children with involved fathers tend to have better cognitive development, including improved problem-solving skills and academic performance. Have you noticed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, I've noticed that really well.
Probably because they're a little bit tough.
Oh, yeah.
And they let you figure things out yourselves. Yeah.
Which helps in the future.
That's very true.
Yeah.
There's also better social skills where children involved with fathers tend to have better social skills, including improved communication, empathy, and conflict resolution. Have you noticed that most of what I have stated revolves about empathy, communication, and conflict resolution?
That's what I was trying to talk about back then.
as far as partners are concerned, there are shared responsibilities. Male inclusion can lead to a more equitable distribution of household, kaitana, household and child care responsibilities, reducing stress and increasing quality time for partners. You now agree?
Continue with
It's
the show,
hard.
mademoiselle. I'll argue later.
Secondly, there is improved relationship satisfaction, because when men are included and engaged in relationship satisfaction, there tends to increase a stronger and more fulfilling. This tends to increase a stronger and more fulfilling partnership. Lastly, there's also increased emotional support, because men provide their partners with emotional support, which reduces stress, anxiety, and depression. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening. Let's take a short break, and after it, Kaitana will introduce us into the next topic of discussion.
Side by side, no room for pride where love can reside. Empowerment is for all who dare to rise with courage, push through despair. Raise your voice, don't let it fade. Every heart can join the parade. Tear down the walls that keep us apart. Equity blooms when we all take part. We're stronger together, side by side. No room for pride where love can reside. Empowerment is for all who dare to rise with courage, push through despair. Both hands build what the world can't deny. Shadows fall when we reach for the sky. Each of us brings a piece to the whole. Balance live in a unified soul. We're stronger together, side by side. No room for pride where love can reside. Empowerment is for all who dare to rise with courage, push through despair. Flaws of the past won't define the new dawn. Chauvinism fades and the tide moves on. We rewrite the script with an open mind. In this rhythm of equity, all will find. We're stronger together, side
So, ladies and gentlemen, our dear listeners, welcome back from the short break. So, I, Kaitana Davis, Esther.
Yes, please.
We are talking about how male inclusion should be controlled. Yeah, it can't be avoided at the moment, though at some point, if we go back to history, because this show is all about history with current affairs, right?
Oh, yes.
So if we go back to history, there was no male. Okay, there were low levels of male inclusion. Because, for example, we had queens. The Queen of England had a husband, I guess, right?
Yes.
So that was okay. Yeah, despite the fact maybe he was rich, he was a prince, blah blah blah, but I believe that was a product of male inclusion. Because a kingdom should be ruled by a king in the traditional ways.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but
by the way, what caused it? Do you know why? Do you know why the monarch of England has it that way?
Actually, not only England, we also had Egypt, we had Angola.
Is it Denmark?
Yeah, and Denmark. Actually, most European states have that
yes.
legacy. Do you know why?
Why?
In every firstborn, it doesn't matter whether you're a girl or a boy. It doesn't matter. Actually, in Angola, we also had. Actually, in Africa, we had strong queens. We had the likes of Queen Zinga in Angola. Here in Kush, our ancestors. Yeah, we had the Queen Amani Rena. She defeated the Romans. Yeah, we had Queen Cleopatra, who slept with Caesar to defend the Egyptian independence. We had also Queen Nefertiti, also of Egypt. We also had there also freedom fighter called Nyavinji. Nyavinji was a goddess in Rwanda who instilled
goddess
in Rwanda who instilled the fighting of it is believed she encouraged them to fight against colonialism. That's kind of the story. So right now, all men, when we say control, I think we mean people who are already in the thing, right? And those who are joining the thing later. So for the men who are already products of male inclusion, they want to control it.
Oh, wow. What a way to put it.
Yeah, because now I can't change their ideals. Maybe that's how they chose it, right?
Or probably circumstances dictated it.
Yeah. Maybe, all humanity wants to experience what life didn't give us when we were kids. So some of us men, some men like us, would want explore that life of a rich lifestyle.
Yes.
So when a woman who is fit to be actually your grandmother asks you out, actually not only fit to be your grandmother, asks you out, then you have to give in because she has everything.
No, it's not a must.
I'm saying men. There are men who are really desperate for money and they have problems and they have to undergo that.
Well, it shouldn't be that way.
You watched the series Beat in Black by Tyler Perry?
No, not yet.
Oh, you should watch it. You should watch it. Sorry for that. You should watch it. It's really a nice series.
It's been everywhere though. I've seen it.
Yeah, I watched it by the way. So, what I'm trying to say, for you to control that, if you're already married as a man, let me put it that way. If you're already married, you're not married, but you're married by a woman, please.
Wow.
Respect. Number one, you're married. Respect your woman. Respect your wife. And second, don't forget to be a man.
Respect goes both ways, by the way.
Yeah, it does. That's what I'm saying.
I think it's one of the reasons marriages are falling apart in households where women are the breadwinners, because they're the breadwinners. They refuse to respect their husbands just because they are earning more than they do. But you ought to.
By the way,
you ought to. It doesn't matter. Earn more than him, but you ought to respect him. It doesn't matter. Plus, sometimes life happens.
Yeah,
you might come from a wealthier family, or you could come from a rich family, and him, no.
Yeah.
You understand? But you have to respect him as your husband. Listen, be obedient. Don't fight. You're not him.
The first time, let me defend the girls.
Yes, please.
You realize most rich girls, when they fall in love, they will fall in love so deep.
That's
just because
a
of
fact.
Just because of circumstances they grew up in. They're always in the house. They're not allowed to move out, so they always that life in movies. Yeah, I believe
so
that.
True.
That's true.
Yes,
unlike our girls here, like middle class girls who got exposed in every aspects of life. But then these rich girls, they're always protected by their parents.
Yes.
So when they get out, their first love at some point disappoints them. For this time, I'm defending girls right now.
Yes, please.
So they fall in love with this guy. Okay, let's say some ghetto guy,
Yes.
Or middle class guy. And guy treats them as someone, because actually you realize humanity when someone gives you too much love, we use it for granted.
Fact.
Because you think they need you. Yes, it's you who needs them. It's the opposite. Do you know why they're giving that love?
Or you both need each other.
You need each other, but the reason she's giving you that love, maybe she was hated someone. She doesn't want you to feel that hatred. So when someone loves you that way, men take them for granted. So when that girl gets another love, she'll have that mentality. Be like, men are like that. You know. So when they get married, they tend not to give that respect to men. You feel my point? I'm defending girls for now, but I don't know rich girls.
That doesn't apply to all.
Yeah, I'm just giving an example, but you realize actually 90% of rich girls are protected by their parents. For the boys, of course, they are left
That's a
exposed.
fact.
They go for parties for the boys, but for the girls, it's a different case.
Stay home curfew 5:45.
Not even 5. You're in school.
4.
If you're not home, you're at school.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not at
Yes.
school, you're home. If you're not at home, you're at church. Either of the two. And if you're at church, you're with your parents.
That's a fact.
And sit with your parents. You see my
But
point? So,
yes.
and maybe the only time they can explain that love, maybe watching movies, maybe they have phones,
Music videos.
that stuff. So they tend to believe that that's how love is. Love is.
Well, that's how it's supposed to be.
It's you know why I don't believe in love movies?
Why?
Why does movie take 1 hour and 40 minutes?
I don't know. What kind of question is that?
No, yeah. If it comes to you, well and good. If it comes to you, I'm not saying it exists, but to a lower extent.
I'd love a happy, healthy, romantic, kind,
Yeah, it exists.
kind of filled. Mm-hmm.
But you have to play. You have to play at some point. You don't have to give your heart. You don't have to give all your heart
What
to
do you
a
mean
man.
you need to play?
I'm not saying play. No, don't think the play I'm thinking about. You feel my point?
You mean I do not have to be committed?
No. What I'm trying to say, okay, when you find a man who is good, then give him the same effort he gives you. But if, for example, he cheats on you for the first time, just surprise him. Just don't act sad.
Don't ignore the red flags. I think you should state it this way, sincerely. Just because a person is doing you bad doesn't mean you should reciprocate.
That's what I'm trying to say.
We ought to be better people. You understand? Let's heal society. Let's heal humanity. Love and love genuinely.
So the number one point of controlling is respect, which goes both ways. I'm still speaking for those who are already victims of male inclusion.
Yes, please.
In the other way, don't stop being a man. Yes, you can be married as a man due to circumstance. Maybe she's richer than you. Maybe she loves you for who you are. But then that shouldn't make you feel okay. That shouldn't make you act.
Less
Use
of
her
who you
love
are.
take her love for
To
granted.
become comfortable, forfeit your responsibilities.
Just because she's the breadwinner, you want to stay at home. You want to be a stay-home dad, which looks weird.
And yet
Go
there's a
out.
chance for you to work.
Go out.
Yeah.
She can connect you, I believe.
Oh, yes.
Go out, get a job. Yeah, it can be paying less. At least go be something to your family. You are a man.
I agree.
And thirdly, please, if she loves you, believe in her. If she doesn't love you by now, just move out.
You're
if she
in
loves
for
you,
doom.
the guy have saying, if she doesn't love you, madam, sir, move out. Tell her, madam, I've loved you. You know you're richer than me. Please, I know you're not. I know you don't love me back. I want to pack. Oh, I want a divorce. So you can ask for a divorce. Move out, Mr. Man. Look for a woman. You never know. God is I don't like that saying of God is keeping.
You'll get your perfect fit.
It exists. And people have been telling me that thing. God will give you a better woman. Yeah, better woman from where? Let's get away from that. God helps us with themselves, right? When a girl rejects you, I don't think God will go on and convince her to accept you. No, you won't.
By the way, speaking of, there's this thing I heard
Yeah.
at some point of women being psychologically triggered. Let's
How's
say,
that?
hypothetically speaking, I have never thought of you as a partner. I see you as a friend until you tell me you have feelings for me. And then I start thinking, oh my goodness, he likes me and all this. And boom, just like that, she starts to develop feelings for you. She starts to notice you. Is it true? Do you second it?
Yeah, I do accept that because by the way, say something about men. By the time a man asks you to be his friend, believe me, there's a second option he's looking for.
Yes.
By the time a man approaches you from nowhere and it's like, hi, okay, unless maybe, okay, I'm not saying all of them, but the men who come out from nowhere, maybe they can be or not in a relationship, but by the time the man is like, hi, Esther, can we be friends? Can I have your number? At point T, he's going to ask you out.
That's not true.
Let's continue.
Well, you continue.
Anyways, I think, because for those who are the victims of male inclusion, we can't help them. So let's go and let's go and talk to those who are not victims yet, but like me.
But male inclusion is not necessarily bad. When you say that, you make it seem like it's a bad
it's
thing.
Not bad. But for a man, it's bad.
What do you mean?
You may not see it in a way. You're losing your masculinity. The scientists call it your testosterone.
That's
You're
not
losing
true.
that. You guys, you're not. I go, Esther.
It depends. We just have to correct our mindsets. We need to become healthier humans.
That's why I'm still explaining to them.
Emotionally, psychologically.
Ways to control it, like in my way. Okay, those who are like me, who are not yet victims of male inclusion, date a girl younger than you. Number two, by the way, man, before you decide on marriage, think about marriage very well. Because you have to give up everything. You have to actually. There are some things you're supposed to give up as a man when you're going for a relationship or marriage, you know. And secondly, don't go after money because you're broke. Go out and hustle, look for solutions, go work, make connections, make friends. But don't go for a richer woman, man. You are sharing the brotherhood. Go out. The situation, man. Esther, let's put the thing logically. The situation may be bad but you're not the first person to be in this situation, are you? You're not. So I believe every problem has a solution. When you're broke, come on, you have, but okay, there are many things you can do to overcome your brokenness, but not going for a richer woman. Someone fit to be your mom, someone fit to be your grand. Okay, it can be your age mate or someone younger than you, but richer than you. There we can understand it's because of love. But you go for a sugar mom. Actually, people who are dating sugar mommies are more victims of male inclusion than those who are dating girls richer than them. Because a girl richer than you can be she just wants your love, not even your money, because she has the money already. So why does she want your money? So
that's true.
And secondly, please love your partners. So that if there are some guys out there, whereby if your girlfriend leaves you, there's no other option you're going to get because of both physical and spiritual reasons. You feel my point?
Yes.
Because thereby, like, okay, I'm not saying all those will not find the better ones, but the moment you find true love and you just lose it like that, you'll never find another true love. I'm telling you the truth.
Why? Because you'll keep referring to the first.
No, I'm not saying you keep referring, but I think it's something like spiritual punishment. I think the way God punishes his own people, because he's punishing for the way you hurt that person who really loved you the way you are. Actually, that goes to both ways.
Well, life's a karmic thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
You get what you give.
Yeah. So you love someone, it can be both a boy or a girl. You love someone, and then maybe at some point he or she doesn't have the feelings for you. And you think God will let him go unpunished. Yeah. So, that's what I have. Do you have any other controlling method?
No, sir.
And the last one, pray to God for a useful partner.
But let us be good people.
Yeah, pray to God. You see God, Hey, if you have faith and believe in God, believe me, He'll give you the partner you want. The Bible says, "He who finds a good wife finds a what?
A good thing."
Good. Was it written by some man outside there? Was it written by someone helped by God? Saint Paul had a full chapter of love. Full chapter. Corinthians 16. I don't like cramming those chapters and verses, but there was a chapter in Corinthians. Mm-hmm. Love is patient, love is kind.
Yes.
Yeah, the love chapter.
Corinthians 13.
Yeah, it's a full chapter.
Yes.
Only about love.
Yes.
Who do you think helped Paul to write that later?
God.
Under the help of who? The Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
So, basically, God is waiting for you to go to Him and pray. Because, man, you're going to find girls. Yes, girls are beautiful out there. That they don't meet your standards. Plus, the boys you meet outside there are girls. You may find a boy beautiful. Yes, he has the body, he has the packs. Is not your standards.
But he ain't it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not saying not all. I'm saying like not all boys who have packs and not all girls who are beautiful don't find your standards. But that's how you can start male inclusion. Because due to that this person of saying girls are bad, you look for a notion of going to a marriage whereby you're lower than the wife due to desperation. So that's where my point is coming in. So don't be surprised when I put relationships in these things.
People, love yourselves and be confident of yourselves.
Anyway, let's go for a short break. And Esther will talk to us about
how women use men inclusion to protect their relationships.
And I want you to please explain to our female listeners on how people can love each other regardless of male inclusion.
Sure.
Chauvinism fades and the tide moves on. We rewrite the script with an open mind. In this rhythm of equity, all will find. We're stronger together, side by side. No room for pride where love can reside. Empowerment is for all who dare to rise with courage, push through despair. We're stronger together, side by side. No room for pride where love can reside. Empowerment is for all who dare to rise with courage, push through despair. Both hands build what the world can't deny. Shadows fall when we reach for the sky. Each of us brings a piece to the whole. Balance live in a unified soul. We're stronger together, side by side. No room for pride where love can reside. Empowerment is for all who dare to rise with courage, push through despair. Flaws of the past won't define the new dawn. Chauvinism fades and the tide moves on. Raise your voice, don't let it fade. Raise your voice, don't let it fade. Every heart can join the parade. Tear down the walls that keep us apart. Equity blooms when we all take part. We're stronger together, side by side. No room for pride where love can reside. Empowerment is for all.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from that short, beautiful break. So, Esther right here, my beautiful co-host. Well, don't take it as no well.
It's okay. Thank you for the compliment.
She'll take us through this last segment of ours, and she's going to tell us how women, how being a woman, how women do that to protect their relationship. How women use male inclusion to protect their relationship. So, Esther, the mic is yours.
Firstly, thank you very much, Kaitana.
Yeah.
Firstly, I'd like for all of you to know that women use male inclusion as emotional support, in that they share emotional labor. Women may involve their partners in emotional labor, such as managing household stress, to share the emotional burden and protect their relationship. If you've noticed, very many they would like to include their partners in whatever they're doing, however way they can.
Yeah.
Yes?
I feel
She might be cooking and she'll say, come and sit by me or come and stand by me.
Yeah.
She just wants your company.
Yeah, I feel.
They also encourage emotional expression, where they create a safe space for their male partners to express their emotions, fostering a deeper emotional connection and strengthening their bond.
Yeah.
They really love it when they open up to them. Tell me what's up. Let me be your shoulder to cry on.
I know, you see,
Yes,
Esther.
please.
Now, let me give you a cheat code. By the time a man opens to you his problems or everything he's going through, marry that man. It's just a cheat code.
It depends. Some people are users.
No, believe me, Esther.
We should always read
A
between the
man,
lines.
maybe unless he's a crybaby, but a man opening up to you like, babe, I had this and this and this. Actually, do you know what to tell you? Like most, like our days were, my day was good, my day was fair. I mean, like, why was it fair? Something happened at work. They stopped there. Hope I'm telling the truth. Most men, I'm not saying all of them, because most of us are crybabies. You feel? But then a man opening up to you with his secrets, problems, everything. Actually, not only problems, but even the best days in his life.
Yes, please.
Secrets. Marry that man. Continue.
Okay. As far as conflict resolution is concerned, here there is a collaborative problem-solving policy where women may involve their male partners in collaborative problem-solving and working together to resolve conflicts to strengthen their relationship. The other is active listening. Women encourage their male partners to participate active listening, ensuring that both partners feel heard and understood. I believe this goes both ways.
Yeah, it does.
You would
You're
not
right.
like to be telling me something and I'm just like a dummy looking at you.
Yeah.
You probably would like to hear that, yes, please, yeah, continue.
By the way, Esther, something I want to say with you is that I like a talkative girl. There's girls who talk and they don't keep quiet. She'll talk. I don't know
When
if
she's
it's an
silent,
English-
you know something is
Yeah, you know
wrong.
something is wrong. But you get an introvert girl, well, I'm not saying they're bad. It's hard to know their moves.
By the way, introverts do speak.
Yeah, but to people they know.
As far as personality is concerned, we are both extroverted and introverted. You
yeah.
understand that, yes? Introverts will speak to people they are comfortable around.
Yeah, with.
If you're dating her and she gets comfortable with you, believe me,
speak a lot.
once she is comfortable, she is comfortable.
And they speak a lot.
Oh my goodness. You will forget the days when she was silent. You will be looking at a whole new person, and that's what you will take her for. You will forget that she's introverted until people tell you.
And you'd be like, Madam, do you really talk like this? Is this you?
Is this you? Exactly. Well, let's proceed. Women also encourage shared responsibilities, by the way, as far as male inclusion is concerned, where they may involve their male partners in probably household chores or child care to promote a sense of teamwork and protect their relationship. Remember when I mentioned at the beginning?
Yeah.
Think of it as teamwork. It's not necessarily like she's trying to downgrade you as a man, but she perceives the both of you to be a
Partners,
team.
yeah.
That's if her mind is healthy. You know, some people have a lot going on.
Yeah.
If she's trying to degrade you, then there's a problem. But if she thinks of you as a team, then why not? Women love quality time, Gaetana, and they prioritize it with their partners, engaging in activities where they both enjoy to strengthen their bond and protect their relationships.
Yeah.
It could be an outdoor activity, go on a date, watch a movie, cook together,
I have a
etc.
question, Esther.
It really depends on you. Yes, please.
Why do you consider watching a movie? Let's put it the romantic way.
Yes, please.
Okay, the Ugandan way, leave alone the American way where we have to go to cinemas and let me put it in the African way. Getting my laptop, downloading a movie and watch that movie. I would prefer going to a cinema and watch a movie. Not like to you.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
to you.
Anyway is fine.
Okay.
If it's the experience you want, you could go to the cinema. But home is also fine. The core essence of it should be creating a core memory.
Yeah.
It's bonding time. It doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you do it and you enjoy it. You like that?
Like that.
Okay.
Let's go on.
Okay. Women also set boundaries when it comes to male inclusion. And these include communication boundaries, where they may state their expectations clearly with their male partners, ensuring that both respect each other. Do not do this. I do not like it when you refer to me as this, call me this, not that. I prefer that you do this way and not the other way.
Yeah.
Mutual respect.
I like your accent, by the way. You sound too British.
Really? Thank
I
you.
like that way. I don't that way.
I don't think it's British. I don't know what I speak like.
No, it's
Really.
really British.
I don't know what I speak like.
But
Really.
it's a mix of British and American.
Yes, I wonder why.
Because when you're saying water, you say water.
Really?
When you're saying you say other.
Oh, wow. Okay, that was rhetoric. Let's get back.
It's so bad.
Mutual respect. Women may foster a culture of mutual respect where both partners value and respect each other's autonomy, protecting their relationship from unhealthy dynamics. Now, this is something I'd like for us to discuss. You know, whenever you do not set boundaries, or maybe people get too comfortable, they
Yeah.
forget to respect you.
Okay.
Some couples like to tease each other,
Yeah.
but when a person states to you once or twice that they're not comfortable with you describing them in a certain way, and you continue with it, that is leading you down a road you might not like.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, I
Let's
do.
respect
Well, I
each
so
other.
personally think, as a couple, you know, when you're dating someone, even when they call it dating, you know the person you're dating already. You know what she likes. You know, actually, before I date you, I first ask you what you like and what you don't like, and I also tell you what I like and what I don't like.
Yes.
The only thing I want from a woman, probably respect. Because if a woman is respecting me, I don't think she'll cheat on me. I don't think she'll go ahead and, you know, just only respect. If I have the money, then why not take my girl out? You know, she's my girl.
Yeah.
You feel my point? If
Yeah.
I don't have me, I'm open. I'll tell you, madam, I don't have the money. I'll tell you because I'm not Bill Gates. Then you also tell me what you like and what you don't like. Be like, babe, I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like this. If it contradicts my schedules, I'll be like, for example, if I'm an actor and you're like, I don't want you to kiss. Come on, it's a TV role. I have to earn money for that. We shall sit down and agree on a round table. If you're an actress and I'll be like, babe, I don't want you to kiss on, I'll be like, we sit down and agree about that.
Respect your marital values.
No, we talk about that. Be like, babe, I know you understand. It's okay. If it's for, job roles. No, there are some, there are some roles you want to stop. Like, someone is an actress. She's been earning from that.
But you know that some people who put their foot down and say no to it? However much it's part of the job description.
That's when you're professional. So this upcoming, because you know that this act now, like Denzel Washington, it'd be like if Denzel Washington says I don't want this role, they'll respect that
because he's made a name for himself.
But someone who's upcoming, you're also making a name for yourself, and you say, who said are you saying that?
Well, you could, and
you could
find
agree,
another place.
You can talk with the director, but if he really doesn't, of course, you can be like, okay, let's reduce that the kissing scenes.
Yes.
They can be like 14, let's make it like 5. It can be like kiss on a forehead, it can be on a peck. That's understandable.
Okay.
You feel my point? So that's what I like. We talk and agree things on a round table. Be like, then okay, we'll do this, we won't do this. Okay. So that's why your communication comes in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, lastly, women use male inclusion to foster financial partnership where they share opinions in financial decision making. Here they involve their male partners in shared financial decision making, promoting a sense of teamwork and protecting their relationship from financial stress.
I agree with that. Yeah, 100%.
It's
Actually,
always
105%.
It's always good to keep each other in the know.
Yeah.
It's prudent. I wouldn't want you making a decision behind my back that I'll have to pay for.
Yeah.
It would not make me happy.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Unless we are married, because some of us confuse marriage with dating. I'm not speaking this in a wrong tone. I'm trying to speak this in a natural tone. So what I'm trying to ask is that people expect us to play wife/husband roles in a boyfriend/girlfriend relationship. So my question is, one, if we are just dating, for example, like my age, I don't think I'm in the age of getting married right now. So, like...
But if you were a girl, you would be.
No, that's in the old days.
Yes.
So the thing is this, I'm dating someone who's probably in my age bracket.
Yes, please.
And maybe I'm going to, have my first achievement in life. Right?
Yes.
And then I'd like to tell her that achievement, maybe because I was busy with, stuff.
Yes, please.
And then I tell her at a later stage. Or even at some point I forget to tell her. I
You
tell her
can't
like
forget.
way later and wait like 2 weeks. They'll be like, oh baby, I made this. So how does that feel? Is it good or... Because, I believe that that's supposed to be in marriage stuff. But okay, yeah, some push up, we're supposed to have our girlfriends, but not everything. I personally.
Well, I believe, Kaitana, while you date, you should... It's a learning stage. You're getting to know this person.
Oh, okay.
And trust me, some people, however much we hate to acknowledge, not everybody has good intentions.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, I do.
So if you're convicted to hold back. It's okay. It's not like they're entitled to it. I wouldn't mind, really. And you mentioned something of boyfriends playing husband roles. People.
Yeah, and girlfriend playing wife roles.
People. Let's have realistic expectations. Sincerely. Feel for the person you're dating.
Yeah.
Let people show you love whatever way they deem fit and right. Let them do it the right way. But because a friend, let's call it Tisha, but because Tisha was bought for a Bentley, your partner cannot afford a Bentley. You're upset.
Yeah.
Come on. Sincerely.
That's what
Is
I've
it
told
love
you.
or you're chasing something else?
That's what I've told you earlier, A girl can be jealous of your shoe. That's the shoe. So, actually, do you know what? Because she'll be jealous of her car. Not that she wants the car, but she wants to be on the same level with her friend.
There's this very unhealthy competition among women,
Good.
I must admit. And
That's
it's
what I'm
not
trying to
good,
say.
ladies. Let's love each other. Applaud her. She's prettier than you. It's okay. Her body is prettier. It
Nigga,
is
that's how
fine.
God created you.
Don't make her hate herself because of that. You're making her very uncomfortable just because she's pretty. Come on. Let's become better people. Lastly, my last point.
Yeah.
Transparency and
Explain
trust.
that. Good.
Women foster transparency and trust in their financial partnership, ensuring that both partners feel secure and protected. Now here, you do not have to create an extra bank account and keep it a secret. You tell him everything. You understand? You're building trust, you're fostering transparency. Transparency, not honesty. As far as honesty is concerned, there could be omission.
Let's take another question.
Yes, please.
For instance, you're married and your husband doesn't know your salary.
Yes, please.
And do you expect to know his salary as well?
Why aren't we transparent about things like that?
But then
There's a problem.
some couples do that.
That's
Whereby
unhealthy, I must say.
you may see it as unhealthy, but some people see it as no. By the way, you see, let me tell you something in this life. This world would be a boring world if we had the same thinking capacities.
Fact.
If we all thought
Or
the
if we
same.
thought the same. Yes.
So it would be really boring. Really in a boring world. Wake up in the morning and everyone believes in true love, and it will be boring. Yeah, for real, because we don't learn lessons from that physical capacity.
Okay.
So some people see that, so some people see it normal.
Okay.
And she expects to know her man. So be like, babe, what do you and okay. Like like when she tells him, she will tell her the less money than she earns. For instance, she's earning less, like 2M. She'll be like, babe, I earn 900.
But do you know why they do
900,000.
that most times? Because there's a challenge in society.
Yeah.
Once you become a financially independent woman, the male figures in your life, except for your father, a father will always be a father. Let's say your partner. They will not want to fulfill their obligations. He thinks because you have money, he doesn't have to do this. And yet these were things he was doing at the beginning of it all. You understand? So that is why they do that.
Let me keep quiet.
Yes, there has to be
I
justification
was going to ask you a
for this.
question. Then why are you guys fighting for women emancipation?
Kaitana.
No, don't answer it. I said I was going to ask you a question.
Yes.
Yeah, so, final advice to men, right? Men, number one, pray to God. Pray to God for a useful partner. Because
Useful, wow.
Oja Tomera. Wallahi Oja. Have you ever knocked?
But people, take your time. Why is everybody in a haste?
And number two, I don't want to. Okay, this sounds weird. Don't listen to a human being who tells him God will give you the right one. And most girls have that habit, by the way. You ask them out, and she's like, "God, will give, how do you know God will give? How do you know you're not the right one?"
What, you want them to experiment?
No, if you don't want me to date you, then don't tell me that nonsense of God will help you. Because being a God, I know God won't go to someone's inbox and be like, "Hey, come on, date this guy."
Thing is, people have preferences.
No, God,
when a person
now,
tells
say
you
that,
they probably just do not want to hurt your feelings.
Me tell me that you don't like me, and of course I get hurt, I look for another one. Other than leave him in suspense. Another advice is, let's not go too fast like that.
Yes, please.
Another advice is, please, when you go into relationships, that when you sense a relationship that is going to make you inferior, and you're more of a masculine man, then don't go for it. It's my idea. If you feel you're
Be
going
in
to be
healthy
inferior,
relationships.
yeah, and you want to keep your masculinity, you want to increase your testosterone, please don't go for it. Yeah, even though the girl likes you as how, put your boundaries and be like, yo, I know you're richer than me, but we're supposed to do this. If she's not willing to do that, nigga, move on. Look for a broke one, and then you also now forget out. You feel my point. Then lastly,
I feel like your view is very egocentric.
no, I'm not. No, it's not egocentric. I'm saying for only men who feel like who are masculine, like those who feel like they have that strong masculinity. You know, there are men who feel like they have that strong masculinity. There are men. I'm not one of them though, but there are men who feel.
Too much of anything is bad, Kaitana.
Yeah, they have it now. What will I do to change it?
It should be tamed.
Well, that's what
We
I
ought
said.
to become better people.
If you
don't
agree
we?
to your things, or you won't agree to her things, nigga, don't go for that relationship. Okay, that's the same as an unhealthy relationship or a toxic one. Then lastly, you give them the last one, Esther. Because you're a girl, so you know your fellow girls, so give them the last one.
Let's be true people.
Okay.
And let's love right. Sincerely. Do not be afraid to be vulnerable. Do not let your history define your present. Let go. Begin again. A better version of yourself. It's hard, but be good people at all costs and at all times.
So ladies and gentlemen, this has been the episode of today's lens, and we shall be back next week, same time, same day, and see you then. Take care.
Have yourselves a good night.
Trust in God. Next.